facing the most intense competition for power and resources since World War II. This fierce struggle is playing out in regions like Sudan, Gaza, Myanmar and Ukraine, where widespread rights violations are occurring. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres also condemned the global assault on human rights, stressing that international law is being undermined by the rule of force. Meanwhile, the UN's Human Rights Office is facing severe budget cuts and attacks on its experts, threatening its ability to function. Joining us again, we have Glenn Grant, geopolitical commentator from Kyiv. Thank you again for joining us, Glenn.
Thank you.
And now, for this year in Davos, we've seen Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney saying that we're seeing an end of the rules-based international order, and he's urged middle powers to come together. Do you believe that we're seeing a breakdown of the commitment to human rights by the global community after World War II?
That's a good question. I mean, obviously, there are a lot of things that are not going well, but I think that human rights is a symptom, not the cause. And I think that people have got to understand that the cause is that the rich and powerful across the world have become too powerful and too rich, and have started to shape the world in their own way. All this comes out in the Epstein files, and I think that if the UN wants to do something, then it's got to support the following through of the Epstein files by law enforcement agencies in every country until all the badness is weeded out. And I think when that happens, you will see human rights improve all over the place.
In that respect, do you believe that conferences like Davos actually harm the cause of human rights rather than help it, as it is a gathering of the rich and powerful?
I do, because all they're doing is continuation of their own rules and regulations, and I'm going to say ordinary people are just being abused by that. I mean, how can you have climate change conferences when everybody flies there by plane? I mean, that is their own plane, not just by plane, but their own planes. That is just so disgusting. It's untrue. And all these things are part of the same game, you might say. So there needs to be some sort of resurgence, and I'm hoping that we get a new America out of all of this, and that the decent people actually win through. I have to say they are fighting extremely hard at the moment for human rights against the Epstein files.
Right. Thank you so much for joining us today, Glenn. Now moving to our next story, India has amended